Live from the WJLA Broadcast Center, you're watching ABC-7 News at 11. On your side.
Chaos on Capitol Hill tonight. A nerve agent scare sends senators and staffers out of the Russell building as police and canines move in to investigate. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Leon Harris.
And I'm Maureen Bunyan. For about 3 hours tonight, 200 people were packed in a parking garage, waiting to learn if they'd been exposed to a nerve agent. Just more than an hour ago, Capitol Police finally gave the all clear, allowing people back into the Russell Senate office building. Linda Pasriello has been on Capitol Hill all night. Linda, what triggered this scare?
Well, an air quality sensor tested positive for some type of nerve agent. This all went down on the top floor of that Capitol office building. As you mentioned, 9 senators and 200 others had to wait it out for hours before it was determined to be a false alarm. Hazmat teams surrounded the Capitol campus, setting up decontamination tents as a precaution. Capitol Police say around 6:30, an alarm detected some type of airborne nerve agent in the attic of the Russell building, unnerving Capitol visitors like Ravi Singh.
I know, the first thing I did was, so is there something on my skin? You know what I mean? Things run through your mind like, is something going to happen to me immediately? K-9
units patrolled the grounds while nearby buildings were evacuated. More than 200 people in the affected building were taken to the West Legislative Garage during further tests, which police say were negative.
Nobody has displayed any symptoms. Nobody's indicated they are suffering from any kind of symptoms that would indicate a nerve agent. So there isn't any treatment.
The congressional community has braced for threats like this since the anthrax scares of 2001. Many say it's just part of working in D.C.
In D.C., you kind of become the security risk. You know what's going on. It's just part of living in the city.
If this was the first time you had heard of anything like this, you would have freaked out. And we didn't freak out this time. In D.C., I think it's sort of part of the culture now. I think after 9/11, we've all sort of woken up and said, okay, this is a reality.
We're told the attic of the Russell building is used for storage, and police say that false positive could have been triggered by something as simple as a cleaning solution. Live at the Capitol, Linda Pasriello, ABC-7 News.
Thanks, Linda. Maureen?
Georgetown University students are concerned about a crime wave near their campus tonight. 3 students in particular are still frightened after a recent encounter with a gunman. And only on 7, they're now sharing their terrifying story. Jay Korf is live in Northwest with the exclusive interview. Jay, what were the students doing when they were targeted?
Well, Maureen, these 3 students who were mugged just about a half a block from where I'm standing up 33rd Street basically did everything that they were supposed to do. They were not out late. They were walking together. They gladly gave up their valuables quickly. And despite all of that, doing everything that they could to try to stay safe, one of them was still shot.
I really didn't think that anyone was going to get shot.
These 3 friends, all seniors at Georgetown, are understandably afraid to reveal their identities after surviving a horrifying ordeal Saturday night while walking together along the 1400 block of 33rd Street Northwest, just blocks away from their university.
When they were about 15 feet ahead of us, they took out guns that they'd been hiding under their jackets.
The students say the 2 men demanded their valuables. They quickly complied. Then, without warning, a shot rang out.
I just saw a flash of light and smelled gunpowder, and something warm passed by my cheek, and then next thing I know, my friend is on the floor.
The bullet hit one of the 3, a young woman, in the arm, shattering bones. Despite their ordeal, they're grateful to be alive, but remain shaken.
I'm very scared of walking outside in the dark now, and I think I'm going to be using the cab a lot.
Now their focus is on safety, reminding students to walk in pairs and hoping police will increase patrols, something they say has been lacking.
Off-campus security has not been very, very good this year. I've generally felt unsafe throughout the year. We've started taking more escort services, which we never used to do.
In fact, D.C. police have increased patrols in the wake of this incident and a mugging incident that took place just a few blocks from where I'm standing recently. And tonight, Georgetown hosted a town hall meeting so that they could try to talk with students about all the options available to them to stay safe and to stay vigilant. Live in Northwest Washington, Jay Korf, ABC-7 News.
Thanks, Jay. The search for a missing woman leads police to the popular website myspace.com. And now a local college student is under arrest and accused of murder. The body of 27-year-old Josie Brown was found last night near I-95 in Arbutus. She was reported missing last month. Through their investigation, though, detectives learned that Brown had met 22-year-old John Gummer of Catonsville online. And police say the college student admitted to going on a date with Brown. He's accused of killing her and then dumping her body during that date. Gummer is being now held without bond. New tonight, a 14-year-old boy is under arrest accused of pulling off a bank heist. Police say the teen waited in line at a Bethesda Chevy Chase Bank branch and then handed the teller there a note. A gun was not shown, although the young suspect implied that he did have one. He got away with the cash, but he was picked up later when an officer noticed that he matched the suspect description.
New information tonight on a CIA employee accused of breaking into local homes.
Police are now sharing what the suspect was looking for each time he broke in, and the answer might surprise you.
Elliot Francis is live in the Satellite Center. Elliot, these apparently weren't your normal burglaries, were they?
No, they were not, Maureen. Not only is the suspect a CIA employee, as you said, but authorities believe a number of the homes burglarized belonged to CIA employees. The thief took items of value, and in many cases, something also very personal.
And
when Lori Meyer returned home one evening with her 8-month-old son, she opened the door to a nightmare.
This man came barreling down my stairwell right in front of me.
Fairfax police say the man in Meyer's home was 44-year-old George Charles Delmas III. Delmas has been arrested and charged with 17 counts of burglary. Most of the break-ins happened in McLean, not far from where Delmas works as an administrator at the CIA.
They just said that he tended to take women's underwear and that he was a pervert.
That's right. Police say when they searched Delmas's home, they turned up a lot of cash, jewelry, antiques, and more than 1,000 items of women's underwear.
I can't begin to understand what he was doing with them, or it's a little odd.
Neighbors down the street from Delmas's Falls Church home say it just doesn't make sense.
He's a great neighbor. They're a wonderful, wonderful family. It's very shocking. It's just out of left field.
Meyer did get the plate number of the intruder's car that day as he fled and passed it on to police. But the memory of that encounter stayed behind.
And in my head, I kept seeing this guy coming down the stairs.
Myers tells us the intruder never had a chance to get anything from her home that day, including any items of clothing. Meanwhile, authorities say Delmas is being held in the Fairfax Detention Center on bond of $50,000 for each count. At that rate, total bond comes to a little more than $1.5 million. Live in the Satellite Center, Elliot Francis, ABC-7 News.
Thank you, Elliot. The stadium lease is a done deal, but tonight, new Major League Baseball has concerns over whether the approved agreement is the same